Yo, you get a countdown. Yeah, boy. So you already know, your boy King Chaos in the building. Uh, we we gonna get into it in 60 more seconds. I know my opinion is never popular, so I just don't take the chance. So we just gonna hit that. So basically, I'm going to be playing a clip I came across on Facebook, but the video that we are going to be watching is going to be a reaction to the video. Uh, it involves a horse and a dog and a few people, and we're going to look at it from a horseman's perspective. Because I'm a dog man, so I want to take it from the other side.
I'm so tired of pit bull owners. Um, Look, I'm a dog person, and normally I don't blame the dog or a breed. I blame the people.
If you're a dog person, you wouldn't blame pit bull as a whole breed. You're whatever breed you are kind of person.
But pit bulls have become so predominantly owned by idiots and people that abuse them and train them and don't control them and think
Kind of agree with that. Definitely a lot of idiots with pits or pit variations and mixes.
they're calm. And this shit just goes on. I mean, I'm at the point now where the breed ought to be outlawed. You can't own it unless you have, $50,000 worth of insurance or something. I mean, that breed is just, it does nothing.
That I do not believe is a pit bull. That is a very large dog, and an American Pit Bull Terrier standard is not going to be any larger than 65 pounds. And for the dog to stand this tall on a horse, I would say he's closer to an 80-pound dog, personally, maybe even close to the Hondo.
But attack and maul and I'm gonna have the people come here. I have a pit bull. He's so nice and he's lovable. And how dare you blame the whole breed because of it?
And my dogs are only nice to those inside the house, so you can't even play that. Everybody know stranger wary is a humongous pit bull trait.
Look, it's a dangerous dog. I mean, time and time again, this dog attacks his freaking horse and tears it up, bites him over 15 times, tears his face, tears his throat, tears his leg, almost gets killed. The lady who owns the horse.
Let me speed homeboy up a little bit because he
gets a broken foot and her head is busted because of, you put these horses in these situations and then you don't protect them. And then you blind their eyes and put these blinders on so they can't defend themselves. Then you strap them to a freaking carriage and they can't run away or defend themselves or see. Then you put a bit in their mouth and you got somebody holding a bit because they don't want the horse to run off. Meanwhile, the horse is trying to defend itself because some idiot has a pain bit in his mouth and won't let it defend itself. So there ain't no good.
I mean, somebody decides to use their Clydesdale for entertainment purposes so they can make some money because they got to spend money to feed the animal. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Obviously, this guy is a saddle rider and is not too keen on harnesses and carts and wagons and things of that nature.
Good guys here, let me tell you. But let's take a look at it. So, I mean, look, the woman is up here, this hook is up here, the horse, you see the blinders on the horse. Horse can't defend himself. He has no peripheral vision. So every time this dog gets behind him, he can latch onto him, and the horse has no way to defend himself. He can't turn his head and look because he has a bit in his mouth with these reins going to his bit. So the horse is at the mercy of the stupid humans that put him there with their little riding cart here. And of course, the owner of this supposedly is trying to get this dog. I don't know who the owner is. They end up putting the dog down, which I'm okay with. So this dog is just relentless, coming in, biting, and attacking.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Latches on the horse's chest, neck, and face. Dog's getting thrown off. Every time you see that dog thrown off, he's pulling off parts of the horse's face. Kid's crying. Mom, everybody's out there. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's not okay. The kid's right. The kid should be scared. You all should be scared. I mean, I don't know. See, the problem is you jump off, the dog may attack you. I think I would rather jump off that thing than stay on it, but that's just me. Nobody grabs his dog by the neck or shoves him or hits him with a bat, or nobody has a gun to pull out because it's probably freaking in Liberalville where nobody wants a damn gun around, until they need it. Somebody wants to call 911. By the time the cops get there, the dog will probably kill 4 people and the horse, and people will be like, yay, the police came and saved us. Freaking idiots. I mean, this dog, when he lunges, he lunges. I mean, he's going for the throat. So, the horse is, this woman's trying to protect, she's putting herself in danger. If this horse runs forward, again, the dog is so focused on this animal, pretty much nothing you're going to do is going to get him off because they're fighting dogs. And the idiot that owns them is probably trained to fight and, protect it because I need protection. And, I can't tell you the number of houses we had to go to where idiots kept dogs tied up to a tree by the front door so the cops couldn't get in. And it's just pathetic. I just wish that damn horse would mess him up, but he can't defend himself because he's strapped with these poles and oh, that's a good tip. Whoever threw that tip out, you get the gold tip of the day. Get the dog. Who would have thought of that shit? So again, big pain bit. Somebody's pulling on the reins. See the tight reins? Oh, I don't want the horse to run off, so I'll pull on the pain bit, keep the horse's head high so he can't defend himself. So the horse either gets bit by a dog and gets pain that way, or he gets pain from the stupid human not wanting him to run off. Meanwhile, they have blinders on the horse, so the horse can't see and he can't defend himself because we put these stupid things on because it's cool and we go out there and make money with our horse. Freaking ridiculous. I got no pity for any of these people involved. Except,
I mean, I really don't know what else you have a horse for unless you're making money from him some way, either with a plow or rides or racing. Like I don't know. I mean, maybe people have horses just to have horses, but I always thought there was some kind of money in it. It's not the reason why I got into dogs, but I mean, there's money in it, and it's not my primary. I don't know.
except a horse. I wish a horse would stop this dog and broke his back.
Obviously this guy cares a whole lot about horses because I totally get where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh my goodness. It's just
this is what a spatula. Now this guy's trying to help. I think this might be the owner back here. Because notice he doesn't come here to get involved. So this guy with a spatula supposedly is a vendor, and he's trying to hit the dog with a spatula. Okay, raise your hand if you think this is an effective technique to stop a dog and attacking. Really? A spatula? Dude, why didn't you pull a feather out your ass and use a feather? I just can't believe this. Really? He's trying to do that?
This dude is just spazzing on everybody because the horse is in pain. At least the dude he putting in way more effort than what we can see anybody else doing at the current moment.
Yes, you can. Man, I'd be kicking that freaking dog right in the gut right now. Man, I wish he'd stop me. This dog is messing this horse up. So it latched on pretty good right there. You can see the blood. That's not the dog's blood. That's probably the horse's blood. And he gets a pretty good latch on. So he misses because he can't see. If he could use his eyes, he might be able to kick the dog and defend himself. But because he can't see, he's kicking air. And then I think the dog ends up latching on. Can't see. Dog latches on. Oh, man. What a shame, this poor horse. So he gets him pretty good right there, but he already latched onto his leg. He's latched on good right here. Absolutely outrageous. And when you're close to a horse's hoof like this, it doesn't do as much damage. If the horse would have been, or the dog would have been a few feet away and the horse kicked like that, it would have done a lot more damage. Because the dog is so close to the hoof, it's not doing a lot of damage. It's throwing him around and knocking him around, but it's not doing near the damage as he connected when he had distance. Maybe that's the owner yelling easy, thinking he's going to come in and save the day with his macho voice. Easy! Now, this girl, or
I mean, I'm totally with him. I have no idea who this is screaming easy all of a sudden. The horse is not spazzing out, and somebody is sitting on top of the dog. Whatever he got going on now, I mean, you way too little, way too late.
or guy, whoever jumped on this dog around the head, man, I'm not putting my crotch around that dog like that.
That dog is not people. This dog is not people aggressive whatsoever.
I mean, I've been on its back and laying on it and pinning it and grabbing it around the throat and neck, but I'm not putting my crotch in its head like that.
Easy! Get the horse out of your drum.
Well, now he's yelling easy after somebody else has it.
Easy! What's over here?
Nobody has a pocket knife they can reach over and cut that dog's throat, stab it in the neck. I mean, what? Nobody has a weapon now?
KCDG in the building.
Yo, what it do, family?
Man. So yeah, it's been bananas, man. This hit me this hit my radar a couple hours ago. You know, it's a sad situation when dogs get out of hand or whatever, but you know, they always broadcast when they consider the animal to be a pit bull. So I wanted to come on here real fast and just give my little 2.5 cents.
Okay.
You seen
I seen the clip, a little bit of it, and yeah, man, you tripping, dog. You got horses are elegant animals, man. It's like you gotta. I see why he's upset, but I do also agree that he's going a little bit overboard.
he's going
But
ham for real.
yeah, he going hell for real. I mean, like, but at the end of the day, you gotta realize like these are animals, man. Like they're gonna behave the way they behave, no matter where they at. So,
I mean,
with
the
that
thing,
being said, I say that the horse has ways of protecting himself in his environment, and so does the dog in his environment. But in that certain scenario, I think it's just kind of being blown out of proportion. I mean, I don't see no real physical harm done to the horse or anything. I don't see no real physical harm done to the dog neither. The main thing in this that's prominent in this situation is human emotions.
right now, I got a couple angles on this here from my personal experience. I just want to take a look at this dog that's attacking, right? And if I go back this way and we take a look at this animal, um, I know to the average person that looks like a pit bull, but that is what we call a bully. And bullies are made from crossing pit bulls and different types of bulldogs.
Right.
So when he says they should get rid of the whole breed, like it's kind of offensive for the simple fact almost all of these people who say pit bulls aren't truly identifying pit bulls. A lot of these dogs are mixed breeds, and the reason why they act crazy or off or misbehave is because they are not the result of good breeding. They are mutts a lot of times, and just because they standardize and certified a mixed breed and called an American bully, and then when something bad happens to it, they forget to call it a bully and they call it a pit bull. It just adds to the bad name pit bull has fought so hard and long to get off of its back.
Right. I could agree with that.
Everybody know I got two. And the one that I have to pay closer attention to is the one that has bulldog in his bloodline. Like I know for a fact that although that could have happened with the pit bull, 100% pit bull, most people who have real deal 100% American Pit Bull Terriers um, aren't gonna get caught slipping like that.
Right. Nah, I just see like, I mean, okay, like horses aren't known for being violent or anything, so I guess that's where his anger is coming from
But the
because
horse handled the situation really well, to be honest, considering the fact that it was under attack.
right, that's what I say. Horses are naturally elegant creatures. Like even out here, bro. Like the horse is pretty much sacred out here in Puerto Rico. Like I see them on a daily basis when I'm out and about. You know, motherfuckers ride horses like cars out here, bro. You can be driving down the street and see a horse pull up right next to your ass. You feel me? So it's like I get the care for them on a different level, but to say that a whole breed of pit bulls should, yeah, that's not adequate. That's like saying the whole race of no, don't say nothing
Yeah,
like that. That's you can't put
genocide.
you can't take one single action and paint it as a whole for every individual in that bloodline. That's what they will call racist.
I mean, that's that another thing. When people get these dogs that are built to work, but they are put in the house or whatever, and then they get triggered by something. You got all these people that what I'm saying never had dogs before, or what I'm saying they had Chihuahuas and now they want to get a Rottweiler or something. They want to go for something they can't handle. Nobody really properly educates themselves on anything they're getting these days. I
Okay,
mean,
so let since we're on the topic, what role do you think the late great RIP DMX had to play with the reputation of pit bulls
if it
in the
wasn't
public eye?
uh to be honest, although people became fans of Pitbull in relationship to DMX, he helped with the reputation of pit bulls, I guess, as far as like spreading the knowledge for them. But then you have the people that look at rappers and won't look at the truth behind the personality of a rapper and see he's associated with pit bull, and then take both of those bad stereotypes immediately and not see the positive in the situation just by the prejudgment.
Mm,
I mean, it go either way. I mean, I got mine right here. They laying on the floor sleep right now. They don't even want to look up at me. But I know if the door gets knocked on, or if we go outside to use the bathroom and a squirrel come across the yard, or if another dog is in the yard, or if a horse. I When I was in Mississippi, there were three horses got loose from a neighbor's house and came walking across my yard. And if it wasn't for the fact that I have a very strong recall connection with my animals, that I would have been dealing with three loose horses and two loose dogs. And
right.
there's no telling how ugly a situation that could have turned into.
Right.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? The people who own this, that dog is grown. That's an adult dog. For that dog not to have a strong recall just means that, I hate to use such a strong word, but he has been neglected.
Yeah. Owners ain't made them boundaries clear yet to them.
But then when I look at the comments and stuff, um it kind of throws me off because always YouTube videos, you always have somebody who knows the actual story is going to pipe up. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, the dog gets put down. The horse is, of course, the horse isn't hurt enough. The horse, this horse is Miss Charlotte. She's a Clydesdale. She survived the last kick to the dog. was enough to kill it. They had to euthanize him because of his injuries.
Damn.
So now we let's investigate a little bit. Why the hell was the dog loose? I highly doubt this is the first time he's shown any aggressive tendencies. That poor horse, I feel so bad for him. That uh their profile picture is a small dog. So obviously they don't understand that you can have a big dog, never have this interaction with another animal, and then suddenly have an interaction with the animal and it turn out completely unpredictable because you've never tested the dog in this manner.
Right.
These
Putting
two
them
dogs
in
have been
a
around trains, fire trucks, firearms, horses, pigs, ducks, chickens, little kids, newborn babies. My two dogs have been tried and tested in multiple situations so that I know what to expect. I know that another male dog is going to upset my male dog. I know that loud noises and sudden movement agitates my female dog. I know that if a strange person comes around, I have to almost physically get close enough to where I'm almost close enough to touch my male in order to get him to lose focus on a stranger walking up on us. I know that I can call my female 2 to 3 times in quick succession behind another, and she's going to stop whatever it is she's doing and she's going to come to me.
right.
It,
Properly trained dogs, man. Like, and for me, my family, they breed Rottweilers, so like, it come to my attention that they are ranked number 8 in the world for their breed of Rottweilers, bro. So
mm,
like, I see
and
how they're set up, and bro, it's like their backyard is literally like a forest. These are they need their own habitat to really grow and really be the way they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? And yeah, and when you get them, they're the most lovable, loving creatures. Big as hell, but loving as
mhm.
hell as well, bro, and protective.
Yeah, man. I've seen scenarios where multiple pure breed dogs in the same yard cooperate because the owner took the time to properly train them. You never see a video with somebody who does not have control of their dogs and like and they're like happy with it. You know what I mean? They're either crying out for help or they're showing the beginning of a process or something. You even with this dog with this horse right here. First of all, we know this horse is accustomed to animals being around it, and it's very aware of the humans around it and its need to keep the humans safe. The problem is that house dog. I can guarantee that house dog got loose. On the Facebook feed, it said something about that dog was known to hate cats. Seen the cat, ran off, got away from the owner. While the owner was chasing after the dog got to the park, seen the horse, freaked out, and that's when we catch up in at that point. So it's the horse was properly socialized. That dog was properly not properly socialized because my dogs won't chase after a cat. My dogs won't chase after anything unless I tell them to chase after it. Period. Person, animal. If I tell my dogs to pay attention to a fly moving around and tell them to get it, they're gonna try to get that dang fly.
Right.
But it's I took the time with the animals, even though I'm not like properly trained myself in handling animals. I ain't no veterinary, nothing, no animal behaviorist, none of that. I spend so much time with my freaking dogs that I can look at them and see. Just like my babies don't talk. Well, my 3-year-old talk, but my 1-year-old don't talk. But I know what he talking about when he wants something, and he knows how to give me the right body language to confirm or what I'm saying, or reject what it is I'm trying to communicate with him. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta pay attention. If you truly love what it is you got, you'll pay attention to it.
Facts, bro. Yeah, I can't disagree with nothing you said, bro. I stand like bro, like I already know how much time you put into it. You forget, nigga. When you used to pull up on me when they were puppies and shit, bro. Like shit, I remember. Like I know the dedication and the time and love you put into these animals and everything. To see something like that happen, bro, I know it affects you on a different level. But shit, man,
His
at the end of the day, it all comes back down to the owner, bro. It all
every
comes back
time.
down to the owner. Because you asked the question, like, why was he off his leash? That's a good question. I have questions like, oh, what took you so long to get your dog away from the situation? Why couldn't you
Mm,
just grab him? Why couldn't you just de-escalate the situation sooner? And those are really what my questions in. Because if you can't answer those, or
yeah, ain't no other discussion.
really, yeah, it's really no other discussion, bro. Because it's like if you know this about your dog, if you know you have no control of your dog, having pet ownership 101, you have a damn leash.
Right.
The bigger
They,
the
they,
dog, the bigger the leash.
right. And even big dogs like that, if you know that you can't fully control them, they need harnesses on. They need to be
Look,
completely secured.
my boy, listen, I ain't even gonna bullshit you, bro. My uncle, he was a army, excuse me, he was a Marine veteran, right? And he got one of the dogs from my aunt. It was the biggest dog they had. His name was Duke. I'm talking about this Duke. This dog was so big, bro. He stand on my uncle's shoulders and be taller than him. You
Mm,
hear me? I'm talking
yeah.
about huge. I'll show you pictures here in a little bit. But a huge dog, bro, so big. Like he always carried two pistols around him every time, bro, just in case. Like he brought the dog around for the first time at my house when I was we all lived together at the family crib. He brought the dog over, man. He was like, man, what's gonna happen if whoop the whoop? If he don't want to listen, and he tapped on his hip real quick, like on this, like he had a whole little vest that hold it. I was like, okay, so I felt safe just there. I'm talking about, but my grandma, man,
Man, my
love you,
uncle
grandma.
Jesse had a rock, man. Uncle Jesse had a rock roller, and Baracus was his name. You heard, and Baracus was the truth. Baracus will hurt your feelings, boy. But at the same time, he would also rock the bassinet with my baby cousin in it. You know what I mean? So, like, it was like you said, boy. They could be the sweetest, most loving, but at the same time, boy, they could be dangerous. They could be dangerous. And if you're not willing to put yourself in the way of your own animal that you know is potentially dangerous, you do not deserve that animal. I put
That's a
myself
big fact.
I put myself in front of my animals to make sure that they don't entangle with people all the time. I don't let people just walk up and pet my dogs. Yeah, shake my hand and speak to me, and then we might, what I'm saying, go through that motion where you get an introduction. But for the most part, only do that with one of the animals, and I don't even make that like a known fact on a regular basis. Like I only have one dog that's allowed to be openly friendly. The other one has been doing security and protection training for the past 4 months, and both of them just turned one.
Right. And you just take your dog over there
Hey.
and rock him
And
like
I'm
that, bro.
surprised that you seen the other dog in the
And
video walking
yeah,
around. I'm talking about oblivious. I would have been able to put one of my dogs on that dog to get him off the horse.
yeah, I don't
My
know.
dogs wouldn't have been able to deal with a dog being aggressive around them.
Yeah, I'm him. I'm him. Don't worry about that. I
Yeah,
like
so I'm,
aggressive shit. Leave that to
you know,
me.
that's, I mean, I got house dogs, but at the same time, they got, they still, they got plenty of game in the game. You
Motherfucking
know what I mean?
animal instincts.
You know what I mean? Crazy. Like I said, I'd be in the van with the kids, and the dogs and the kids in the van. people can't walk towards the van, even if they're on the sidewalk. If we pass them by driving, no problem. But if we stop at a light and you're walking up towards the back of the van, both of them are going stupid. They just have no, But if the kids are not in the van and they're riding with me, you can do whatever you want. You can pet them and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Not like going dumb on you.
yeah, but I know the difference too, though. You know what I'm saying? When the little mohawk on their back go up, or if the ears lay a certain way, or if the tail, like my female, her tail goes straight out and cocked to the side a little bit when she turned. But the male, his curl all the way and about touch the middle of his back when he gets turned. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? Each of them had their own language.
Right.
Even on top of that. So remember when I had like 19 dogs in the yard?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, that 19 personalities, man.
Yeah, it's hard as hell to keep up with that shit, bro. Take time.
Yeah, that's that dedication though. I knew what I wanted, so I put that time in for him. That's why
That's it.
she up here looking so crazy right now. She hears something something through that window, but I know what it was. It wasn't nothing but one of them wasps bumping against the glass.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
She trying to see
yeah.
what the hell going on.
Wait, but I
Look,
had a crazy curveball for you today, man. I forgot all about it, man. You not gonna believe this, man. This dude did an experiment with mice 25 different times. 25 different times. And it was a you know what do you call it? You heard of the universe 25 experiment?
nah, put me on game.
Man, you about to hold on. Let me get this right. The article I came across. I thought the book was dying off, man, but you know what I'm saying? I done caught some gems off of the last couple weeks trying to stay afloat. I wish I had that automatic reader feature you got on that side over there, man.
You know, MacBook Life.
That's the wrong one. Hold up. Contact of Facebook, about out. No, that's the wrong one. Trying to get you already know I'm still trying to get this system tight, eh?
Alright.
All right, here you go. All right. Universe 25 experiment is one of the most terrifying experiments in the history of science, which, through the behavior of a colony of mice, is an attempt by scientists to explain human societies. The idea of Universe 25 came from the American scientist John Calhoun, who created an ideal world in which hundreds of mice could live and reproduce. More specifically, Calhoun built this so-called paradise of mice, a specially designed space where rodents had abundance of food and water, as well as large living space in the beginning. He placed 4 pairs of mice that in a short time began to reproduce, resulting in their population growing rapidly. However, after 315 days, their reproduction began to decrease significantly. When the number of rodents reached 600, a heresy was formed between them and the so called wretches appeared. The larger rodents began to attack the group, with the result that many males began to collapse psychologically. You get what that means, bro? Collapsing psychologically? That's ridiculous. As a result, the females did not protect themselves and in turn became aggressive towards the young. As time went on, the females showed more and more aggressive behavior, uh, isolation elements, and lack of reproductive mood. There was a low birth rate and at the same time an increase and mortality in the younger rodents. Then a new class of male rodents appeared, and the so-called beautiful mice. They refused to mate with the females or to fight the others for space. All they cared about was food and sleep. At one point, beautiful males and isolated females made up the majority of the population. According to Calhoun, the death phase uh, consisted of two stages: the first death and the second death. The former was characterized by a loss of purpose in life beyond mere existence, no desire to mate, raise their young, or establish a role within society. As time went on, juvenile mortality reached 100% and reproduction reached zero. Among the endangered mice, homosexuality was observed, and at the same time, cannibalism increased despite the fact that there was plenty of food. 2 years after the start of the experiment, the last baby of the colony was born, and in 1973, he killed the last mouse in Universe 25. John Calhoun repeated the same experiment 25 more times, and each time the result was the same. Calhoun's scientific work has been used as a model for interpreting social collapse, and his research serves as a focal point for the studies of urban sociology. We are currently witnessing direct parallels in today's society. Weak and feminized males with little to no skills and no protection instincts, and overly agitated and aggressive females with no maternal instincts.
Mm. My my thoughts is that it's a difference because that's what happened to them naturally. It's being forced upon this population via
Right.
mainstream media.
The result of an agenda opposed to the result is purely on an environment.
Right. So, I mean, I get it, but you gotta question the whole point or the whole motive to do this experiment in the first place
Well,
is because
something very important missing from that experiment: purpose.
right,
Now, see, if he would have created a system where they had to complete a task in order to eat, if it took 5 to 6 mice in order to move something in order to get to some food, then maybe that would see that's so I'm saying that that experiment leaves a lot to be desired, and it just kind of freaked me out when I seen it.
yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig a little deeper into it within the next couple of weeks or so. Something that's on my back burner. But yeah, that's all I had today. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of the little footage bothered me, and that little experiment bothered me, so I had to say something, a little something.
I feel that. Yeah, definitely appreciate you having me on.
Man, I always appreciate the presence of the King Crucial, and I'm gonna start linking. I keep forgetting to link the Instagram to the dogs in the description. I gotta remember to do that. But they already know they got the credit repair, timemanagement.com, the official kingcrucial.com for all the King Table podcast content, the music, the apparel. Go cop a shirt or two, or three, or seven, or 12, or 36. You heard me?
One of them, don't even matter. But yeah, appreciate the plug, my boy. I did it better myself.
Oh yeah, you got to loveyourself.com, Fly Trap Kennels on Instagram. Holla at y'all boys. We out. A little outro.